Today we're working on a really fun project from the guys over at Misadventure Lab. They brought me a mini daihatsu truck from Japan. And today we're gonna turn it into a mini tow truck.
But first, let's go see what this thing can do, huh?
Let's do it.
We'll get on the right side of the road.
But you're on the wrong side. Wait, or is it the right side? You're on the right side.
It's definitely A side.
Don't rat. So before we get working on this thing, I suppose we ought to find out what this thing will actually do while the Misadventure Lab guys aren't here, you know? We're gonna go test it out in the rocks, out in the trees, out in the snow. If there was any. There isn't though.
Well, pretty nice ride so far. At 40 miles an hour, because that's all it'll do. Up here, there's a big bump right there. So,
What's wrong?
In sand, it's no good.
Why don't you just go?
It won't go. It keeps spinning, and then it just won't go.
Seems like it's going.
That's because I put the traction control off.
We're gonna roll it.
No, I'm not.
That scared you. I think you got it. That was the right line.
You think?
Yeah.
I could back up and hit her more straight over here.
Oh no, give it a go.
Oh yeah. Good. Oh yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. How did it look from out there?
Scary.
It didn't feel too awful bad.
Okay, keep coming.
What are you dragging?
Nothing, you're good. Oh. We gotta do a better job than that. There we go.
Oh man, my tire's not on the ground. Am I good? You think?
Turn this way. You might do a stoppie. Oh boy.
Woo! Goodness.
That looks frightening.
No, it wasn't too bad.
We got a little bit more of this trail and then we'll head back to the shop. Later this week, we're going to be attending the off-road games in Sand Hollow. We'll bring the sandrail, the mini daihatsu tow truck. We'll also have the Rubicon there, and we'd love to meet you. Onx Offroad is the official map of the games. If you're attending, you'll have unlimited access to the full layout of the event. So if you're coming, don't forget to download the app. If you're not going to be attending but want access to the map, I have a discount code in the link below. It'll save you 20%. You can use that to go get an account for yourself. Can't wait to see you there. Alrighty, so Trevor just arrived with the piece of resistance.
Well, guess I'll order a new one.
This looks good. Look at this thing. It's nice and long. We'll need to get that into that. So we took the bed off of the truck. And I think just to get more room for when we add the sliders and the ram and everything for that bed to slide off, we need to modify this. It's bolted on, so I don't think it'll be too difficult to modify it. Keep the back half where it's at, and then just modify this front half. The plan is to drop the tilt down 2 inches along with everything else so that we can fit those two things. Right?
so confused,
Amen.
but I have faith in you.
Wait, why are you confused? I explained it perfectly.
Did you?
What questions do you have?
Put it in the comments. Did Rudy make any sense?
That guy. That guy's fun. Straight up, straight up. We're gonna have to clear that. Okay, go up over the fuel neck. We got the whole tilt bed thing off. It kind of looks like a mess right now, and it kind of is, but that's okay because Zach's going to use his karate skills and he's going to chop it right here and right here, and then we're going to weld it back together the way I have it in my head. It's really hard to explain right now, but you'll see. It'll come together. Right, Trevor?
That's right. You gotta trust in Zach's Rex Kwon skills.
Rex Kwon-Do? I'd say wreck. I don't know. I'm good at wrecking things.
So I'm gonna cut this outer sleeve of the slide in half because you just can't get C-channel that's that tight, I guess. Come look at this. So the profile of C-channel you can buy is weird. So, however, with square tubing, it's pretty consistent throughout, and so that's why I have to make my own C-channel for this instance. Update. All right, so we got this 3-inch pipe split tube, square tube, and if you look over here, this is kind of how it functions. So it's gonna just go around that, and then one of these will slide in and out of the other. See that? Cool, huh? As soon as that gets that other frame dropped and lowered, then we can actually start getting measurements for how the sliders are going to go and how we're going to lay the ram in there. And then we're going to find out how much of this metal needs to go as well. So if we're lucky, the bed will only sit 1 inch higher than originally, which I think is pretty good considering we're installing an entirely new setup for it. It's looking good. I'm really happy with how it's going. We'll mirror this on the other side and we'll have it pivot in the same location that it was before. And yeah, it'll just come up like that and then slide the bed out, and then you'll be able to slide the bed back up too. Cool. This is going very, very well. Way better now that I can actually see all the pieces. All right. So I'm gonna work on how the bed pivots, and we're actually not gonna change how the bed pivots. We're gonna use the same pins and location as it was before. We gotta cut these off though. So these, we're just gonna try to reuse them. If I can't reuse them, no big deal. We'll make something else. So I've got a couple of brackets to cut out right here out of this plate, but we just got a package full of goodies that's gonna help me do that. Over here I got some boxes from 911 Motorsports, and I just know there's good stuff in them. So Let's get them torn apart and find what I'm looking for. And then I can show you getting these tabs cut out. Let's see here. Not this box. Check another one. I love it. It's like Christmas. Every time I open a box, whether I bought it or not, it's Christmas. Okay, not in this box. It's gonna be in the heavy box. Come on. Ha ha ha! Yes, these things are sweet. So, for people like Zach, who don't have or use a CNC table, sometimes it's easier just to whip this out. And you're not going to be using that when you cut out a frame or something. Okay, where is... Alrighty, so those plates that we just cut out, they go right here. So they're gonna protect that pin from hitting that and whatnot and just add overall strength to this. This is really important because this is the tilt and the slider guide. So essentially, it's just gonna pivot right here, just like the old bed did. Pivot all the way up, and then in this groove, the bed will slide out. If that makes any sense at all. I think it does. Okay, so we got the rails put in, like to the hinges on both sides, and now like it's actually coming together pretty well. Yeah, so that's the tilt. So we lowered this about 2 inches. You can see where we lowered it right here. And that was so that we could get this crossbar low enough to be able to put the lift function back in. Alright, so there hasn't been a lot to show you, and now it tilts as a unit. So we've added bars across here to catch this, across there, add some structure there, and then now Zach's going to show us how it tilts. Wow, that's a lot of tilt. That's cool.
Quite nice.
Quite nice. We'll just keep plugging away at it. This ram here goes, oh my gosh. Oh. This is like 300 pounds.
No, it's not. Don't try to make yourself look big.
Can pretty much go right there. We can even trim that out a little bit more to get closer to the center, which I think I want to do. But that's pretty dang awesome right there. It's been an awesome day for getting work done. I couldn't be happier with how this is turning out. It's ready for SEMA. Yeah. Yeah, almost. I'm not worried about the tilt not working because I haven't messed with any of the geometry there. I've just dropped it 2 inches. The slide will work as soon as I grease those up. My forklift operates the same way. Almost every other slide tow truck operates the same way. I've just scaled it down. So, I guess the only thing left is just to keep piecing it together. But we're gonna be back, well, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Zach's going home or something like that. I said Zach wasn't gonna be here today, but I found a pretty good replacement. Trevor!
Best replacement. Look at that!
Oh, wow.
Go get yours today at rudysadventureanddesign.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put you on payroll. So our next project is mounting this hydraulic cylinder right here. We got to get it mounted to the frame. We got to cut off some stuff over there, add some stuff up here, and it'll be good to go. So these tabs that Trevor so graciously and magnificently, what? I don't know. Something. Gracefully. Just gracefully. Cut out. Go underneath this ram here, just like that. And that will be how we bolt this ram on right here. And then we'll bolt it on down there. And things will be good. Oh man, you're supposed to close your eyes when you do that. That hurts. No, that's actually not bad. So while that's there, we now build a way to mount it here. We'll probably have a plate come off with more holes in it, and then we'll be able to bolt it in there. And then on the bottom side, we'll do the same thing. That's that. Trevor had to run to the store because he accidentally dropped a gusset down into the motor and he can't reach it. And I don't have a magnet. So, but what I'm working on is the hydraulic pumps to actually make these rams and hydraulic cylinders move. So, we have the stock one, the original one right here. But I think I'm going to use this section right here to fit this one. It's kind of big. It's got to fit though. Oh, it's big. Okay, there we go. Lovely. That's kind of not strong. If you can catch that down there as well. Nice. Okay, that's quite a bit better. Cool. Now we'll get the pump and put it in. The votes are in. No, just kidding. But the pumps are. So big one, that's for this big, long, skinny one. And that's just for the original one here. So that goes to that. Not much has changed there. And this one, we gotta get hoses made that go around and up and go to the yellow ends. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. That looks pretty good, Josh. Let's let this down and see what it actually looks like. What?
I know it's a little too late for a punchline, but you could say this is getting hosed.
That was horrible.
I'll see myself out.
Into the sunset, huh? You were just waiting for the dramatic exit.